The second week of me learning animation starts with the second weekly Discord challenge, which I gave up on because I could not draw cats. But this week I'm a bit more disciplined, so the next day is actually the next day. The second day is the only human figure I drew. I started with 2 poses that I used for the rotation exercise that week, or recently, I don't remember, and I tried combining them. This time around I was a bit more used to doing this, and I started with the stickman. Now I was really satisfied with the stickman. I even drew a circle for the feet to rotate around, and I was really satisfied with the stickman version. Then I added the mannequin that I designed last week without much thought, and this is where a problem arose. As the body rotates around the pole and the back of the figure bends backwards, I didn't manage to show that form. Instead, it looks like the waist area is shifting forms instead of bending backwards. It just started this whole animation for me. I think for my 4th or however many attempt at this, I think it was nice. I just really hate that the waist area is shifting forms. Then I remembered that I made a decision about timing charts, which was to animate first and then analyze later. And I tried drawing a timing chart, but I can't read it right now, so I guess it just does not matter for me. Now, as I said, I'm a bit more disciplined. I'm still practicing every day, at least for now. The day after is another weekly Discord challenge. Now, you might question these weekly Discord challenges. Why are they a few days after each other? And that is because I ignored the first weekly challenge until it was too late. So that is why they're so close to each other. The prompt was 2 objects moving at different speeds. I think it was supposed to be 2 different objects, but I made them the same object, which was a droplet, a water drop. I don't know what it's called. This was a quick practice. I'm satisfied with the result, but I wish I drew the droplets by hand for each frame. They just stay the same as they fall. That doesn't make sense. I could play with that and make it a bit better. But I guess my time was too precious. My hardworking person, so I needed to copy paste all those layers so that I would have time for better things. The 4th day, I checked the 51 animation practice list, and I remembered that I was supposed to practice flower sacks. So I started with the easiest one, which is a flower sack waving. I don't know if this is all that good. It's kind of stupid and it has only 3 frames. Maybe if I added more frames it will look nicer, but now it looks too choppy for me to like it. And I guess because it was only 3 frames, I thought that I could do more. I made this box rotating in a weird way. I don't know what this is called. I probably saw it online, but I don't remember exactly where. After that, I was still going through with all of the flower sack animations. The second one I am attempting is a flower sack jumping, and I spent 2 days on this because I got bored the first day and I didn't clean it up. Now, the second day, I finished it, and when the flower sack is leaping forward to jump, I made it twist a little bit, but it looked weird, so I erased those parts and it looked much nicer. I was really satisfied with this practice because the flower sack that I drew actually resembled a flower sack. It didn't look too rigid, so I was happy with that. I think I forgot that I was using the 51 animations list to figure out what I was going to do next. And that is why I missed 4 days in between, and this is 26. This is when I remember the list and find my next exercise, which is a flower sack falling. I didn't make it just fall, I made it bump to rocks that don't exist because I didn't draw them. Probably because my time is so important, so I don't have the time to draw rocks. I don't have much to say about this. One thing really confused me, so I thought as it falls and hits rocks, the flower sack would arc in the opposite way, and then I can't explain this with words, so I'm going to explain it visually. I thought it would arc forward, but when I kept that, it looked weird, so I made them. I either deleted them or I changed the order of frames, and that looked better. It was a trial and error. I missed 3 more days, but this one is because I didn't want to draw this. The next practice is a flour sack hitting a ball. First, I made it take 1 step forward and then kick the ball, but I think I made it move too much and it didn't work with 1 step. So I added more steps and it looked funny. It looked like a kick. It looked like a kid kicking. So instead of that, I went back to the first option that I had and I made a jump, but this looks less like a flour sack and more like a rounded eraser. It's just too rigid for it to be a flour sack. When I noticed this, I tried going back and making it squash. That didn't work. Probably because I didn't do it enough, but I was too annoyed with this practice, so I didn't fix it further. I also wanted the kick to be more powerful, so I tried adding more frames, but it didn't work, so I erased them. I deleted them. On that point, this is where practicing on Procreate is kind of bad because I just change the frames per second whenever I want, based on what I'm feeling at the moment, and if it doesn't work out, I just move it lower or higher. I probably should not do that, but the actual animation app that I have, Rough Animator, doesn't have a time-lapse option. And the time-lapse option is really important to me because 1, I can't make these videos, and 2, I'm really forgetful. And I depend on time-lapses a lot because if I do something bad, I won't remember what I did. So I need to go back and check. If I do something good, it is the same case. I need to go back and see what I did. So I depend on time-lapses a lot. And that is why I have to keep using Procreate. I'm going to keep vibe animating